But even your boy over here, Adler,
Yeah.
he's doing something.
Oh, you're finally going to give him some credit?
He's playing drums. He is.
He has a drum kit in front of him, yeah.
He has a drum kit in front of him. Sure, absolutely. But like, welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and well, that's pretty much it. So let's go.
This is asinine. Ugh, fuck.
This is we looping.
I got to get you to do the intro someday because that would be so much fun.
Yeah, I would just do it by fucking first try. It'd be easy.
You would not. All right, this is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different album from a different band and we find out all the secrets about it and we let you in on those secrets and we try to have a good time doing it. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Apple Podcasts, go to Spotify, give us 5 stars, and all the social media is at Asinine Radio. We have a Discord server if you want to join that. Hit us up. We'll send you the link, and we have a phone number if you want to call. You can leave us a voicemail, shoot us a text, and that phone number is 503-893-5307. And now that we have all of the intro out of the way, let's get into the album of the week. So what are we doing this week, Jeff?
We are doing Guns N' Roses' album Appetite for Destruction.
So what is what's your origin story with the Guns N' Roses?
So this dude, I've been listening to this album since I was 2 months old. This album came out like a couple months after I was born. So, yeah, that's probably right. No, for real though. Real talk. This is one of the albums that got me to want to play the guitar. Because nobody can play the guitar. Just all over the fucking place.
I know, dude, you cannot focus.
I cannot. It's so hard. This is one of the albums that got me to play the guitar, honestly. Like, my mom played this album so fucking much. I remember her playing this so much. There's just a couple albums and a couple artists, like Guns N' Roses, CCR, Offspring, and then like Van Halen are probably like the 4 top ones that I remember listening to before I turned like 9. And this is just one of them. And I remember, like, I love Paradise City. I love Sweet Child of Mine because there's so much nostalgia to them. And like,
damn, okay.
Like, Eruption made me want to be really good at the guitar. As a young child, I thought, I want to play the guitar first and foremost to play at camp. I want to play acoustic so I can sing these songs at camp because I'm mimicking what I see adults doing and counselors and stuff. That's what I want to do. But Eruption was what made me think that I want to be like a rock star. And then when that decided I didn't want to do that, like the Guns N' Roses kind of stepped in and said, okay, I can play a lot of these songs and still kind of like tear it up. Like Sweet Child of Mine. Sweet Child of Mine's it's a fucking rocker of a song. Super easy to play once you kind of get like the hang of it down. And so this is, man, Appetite for Destruction is just something that I've listened to so many times. And I bought this album on the vinyls early on. I got it for dirt cheap, a newer pressing, but I got it for like $8. And it's fucking like mint condition. Love it. I think this album's fantastic. What are we talking about here? What's going on?
This is your origin story. No, you've
on and on. Yeah, that's so
fine.
like my mom playing this, because she's like 19 when this came out. I think 18 when this came out. So she was at that right age of just like, damn, this is fucking good. This is like glam rock, but fucking dominates glam rock, dominates Poison, dominates Cinderella. But this isn't quite
yeah.
like heavy metal, so I don't need to like, I don't know, go to these aggressive concerts. And this isn't quite like punk music either. So they like, dude, this album is something else. This album is something else. And there's a reason that it sells so many fucking copies. There's a reason for that.
Yeah,
okay?
there is. It's
Okay.
accessible, that's for sure. It's
It's
very accessible. I'm not saying that's not a knock to the record. I'm just saying it is very accessible.
This is
You
the
can't
only
deny
good
it.
album that the Guns N' Roses have ever put out. The only good album.
The only Okay, yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
This album is better than good. It's great, but this is the only good album that they put out. They've put out nothing else that's good.
Well,
Fact.
I mean, it's not hard to do, honestly. There are other records.
But it's hard
suck.
to do this. But it's hard to do this. This is unreal. This is unreal. This is just off the cuff. This is top 5 best debut albums by any band of all time.
Well,
Period.
I mean, it's up there because it is so popular. Yeah.
No, not because it's so popular. It's rightfully so. It's changing the game here. Like I just said in
No, it did-
my
it did.
introductions
No, it
here.
did.
This is changing the game of music. This is changing the game of rock.
You're right. I agree with you on that. It changed a lot of things.
This
Absolutely.
album deserves all of the cred that it gets. It deserves all of it.
It changed a lot in the music scene, but then you throw it up against what it was going against, and the competition isn't too strong. So
But debut album, this is better than Zeppelin 1. This is better than Zeppelin 1 through and through.
no.
Factoids.
I literally listened to Zeppelin 1 last night. Where did you even bring that up? Oh, I know we actually were talking about Zeppelin last night,
Yeah.
so maybe that's why you brought it up.
That's why I said it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'd listened to it last night. No fucking way.
Yeah,
is
this is better than Zeppelin 1. I'm saying this is better than Zeppelin 1.
Black Sabbath's
Zeppelin
Black
1
Sabbath is better than this.
That's a good one.
It's
a
an
good one.
amazing debut record.
I think
Like I'm not even like joking. Like I could say Korn's Korn is better than this, but I know you would just laugh at that. But
no,
you
that's,
know,
that's stupid. I mean, like, I do like Korn's Korn a lot, but that's just no. This is
Black Sabbath is better than this.
I don't know, man.
Debut record wise,
I think like debut record wise, Black Sabbath would be like a 10. I think Van Halen would be like a top 10.
Van Halen is way better than this.
But I don't think it
Like
has
leaps
the
and
depth
bounds
of
better
this.
than
I don't think it
this.
has the depth of this. I just
It doesn't have the depth, but it doesn't need the depth. That's the thing.
That's okay.
It doesn't need it because Van Halen is just so. I mean, I could go on for days about that record. That record is just unbelievable. There's literally nothing that sounds like that. Like there are moments on Appetite that sound like glam rock or what was going on in the 80s.
Yeah, they were a glam rock. They started as a glam rock band. Like they were all
Yeah.
glam rock rockers. Really, the biggest knock to this album is the band and what they proceeded to become afterwards. Like everything
so
from
terrible, yeah.
from July 22nd, 1987, because it came out July 21st. Everything from July 22nd, 1987 onward is pretty awful. Like this band is just the fucking worst.
Wait, so you didn't like GNR Lies?
No, actually, I take that back. You're right. I did like half of GNR Lies, the acoustic
okay,
half
okay.
particular. Fucking guy. Honestly, this band gets this. Oh man, this band is so annoying. Oh, they're the worst.
What about Pinkerton's Blue? That's a great debut record. Or not Pinkerton's
No,
Blue.
that is.
Fucking Pinkerton's Blue? What the fuck is wrong with me?
Pinkerton's
Weezer's Blue.
Pinkerton's Blue is really good. I like Pinkerton's Blue. I will forever call it Pinkerton's Blue from now on. Actually,
That's so stupid.
and then Blues Pinkerton will be the follow up to that one. Oh, it's
That
so
was
good.
so
It sounds so
dumb.
much better, actually. Pinkerton's Blue rather than Weezer's Blue. I like
And neither of us
Pinkerton's
said
Blue.
anything. After I said it, neither of us caught it for a couple seconds. Like,
It's sinking. It's sinking. It took a minute.
wow, that was stupid.
That was good.
Anyway.
Honestly, I think this is one of the greatest debut albums of all time. I think like the first side
Okay.
A of Boston's Boston, their first album, I think is
Dude.
one of the greatest side A's of all time. But like side B doesn't match the intensity of side A. So like there's varying degrees of debut albums. Because side A of Boston's Boston, like come on, bro, like,
It's
that was
fucking
fucking
so good.
insane.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is
I agree.
man, this is fucking good, dude. This is and like I don't understand why you think Steven Adler was like a decent
Dude,
drummer.
I think I don't think
he's
he was like a
fucking trash.
virtuoso.
He's like the worst part of this band.
No way, dude. Him and
There's
Slash.
nothing good
him
about
and Slash are the best parts. of
You're
this
fucking
band.
high.
Dude. Adler's parts. I mean, he's not.
He
not
has no
technical by any
parts.
means.
He
Dude,
has
he
no
has some
parts.
great beats, and the sound.
Dude, come on.
That's fine.
It's
though.
arena
That's-
rock. His sound is arena rock.
It doesn't matter.
Oh
Like
God, he's
you,
I
we-
cannot
you
stand
and I,
him. Cannot
you and I
stand
talk
him.
so highly of Brad Wilk, and he's a very simple player as well. And just like Steven Adler is, but
But
Steven
you hear-
Adler has a lot
you-
of swing and has a lot of groove.
No.
Yes,
you
he
hear
does.
you hear
I don't
moments
think you
of
listen to this
B-dubs.
record.
You hear
didn't listen to
moments
this
of
fucking record.
B-dubs, and you can hear him be an actual good drummer. Steven Adler had no part in this record. Do you hear him like,
That's
oh wow, he's actually pretty fucking good. Everything on this record is something like 3 weeks into a guitar class you could be playing.
No.
He is the
I don't-
worst
I-
part of this album.
No, he's not. 100% he is not.
It
No,
goes
that's
Steven
stupid.
Adler's the worst, and then Izzy because I don't really fucking hear him, and then Duff, and then Axel, and then Slash.
Dude,
that's
Axel's
how
the
it
worst
ranks.
part.
That's
Axel's
stupid.
easily the worst part.
That's stupid. You just hate
Axel is the
Axel as a
worst part.
person, and what he's become after this album has come out.
No,
But
he's the
damn,
worst
he's
part of
on
the band.
point in this album. He is on point.
He has good moments, but he's not the greatest in the band. No fucking
No, he has perfect moments. Most of his moments are at least good. He never has bad moments on this album.
You're
Not
you're
one.
too clouded.
I'm not.
You're too clouded by the nostalgia. That's
Okay,
what it
Yoda,
is.
relax over here, okay? Don't fucking
true,
Jedi
though.
me, Count Dooku, okay?
Ah, well, you
Okay.
know that's the
Okay.
way it is. It's the way she goes, boys.
I knew you're gonna fucking hate this album because you just.
I didn't
all you-
say I hated it.
I'm
I
just
did not
I'm,
say I
I'm
hated it.
agitated. I'm irritated. I'm annoyed. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. I don't want to.
Alright.
We should talk about Pinkerton's Blue and we'd call it a day.
Oh, Pinkerton's
That's all we're
Blue
gonna
is
do.
so good. That was so dumb. I can't believe I said that.
So good.
All right. Real quick, my origin story is I don't really have one because I don't remember the first time I ever heard Guns N' Roses. I assume it was probably Sweet Child of Mine. My mom never listened to Guns N' Roses. My dad only listened to talk radio, and that's pretty much it. Like KFI, that was it. So yeah, I think Sweet Child of Mine I probably heard on K-Rock, maybe in the late 90s. Never really cared for it that much. I thought, Slash was cool and the whole image was cool. And outside of that, I just didn't really care. And it wasn't until, because we did Appetite for Destruction years ago on the podcast, but in the very old format. And that was the first time I actually heard Appetite in its entirety. And I really dug it. I thought it was a really rad record. And I really hadn't listened to it since then until this week. And I was very pleasantly surprised, really taking a deep dive into this record. It's a lot more nuanced than I ever realized. And I know you don't agree, but Steven Adler, man, he has some great parts. Yeah, they're basic and simple, but they add so much to the sound of the songs.
He doesn't though. He's like Meg White. Like he was just chosen because he can just dumb it down and then supplement Slash, Axel, and some of Duff's parts.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that. Doesn't
Well,
make
you're
him a good
bitching about
drummer
it.
in any way, shape, or form. That's like
I'm not saying
Meg
he's
White's
the
a great
most.
drummer.
I'm not
You
saying
just
he's
said
the most
he's a
amazing
top
drummer
3
in the
drummer of all
world.
time. That's what you just fucking said. Out of your
Yes,
mouth.
better than John. Denver.
Molasses spilling out of your mouth.
So yeah, that's my origin story. Not much there. So let's get into our initial thoughts on the record. I mean, I guess we already did that.
I think
So
I
what?
think Knocking on Heaven's Door was the first guitar solo that I learned in its entirety when I was a kid.
God, what a lame guitar solo to learn.
So good.
I don't think many of Slash's guitar solos are super memorable outside of the singles.
Oh.
I mean, he is
All
an
right,
amazing
I'll give you
guitar
that.
player.
I'll give you that. There,
I mean,
do
I'm
have
not
like this.
knocking his
this
playing.
I do have this like this epiphany that I've never realized until now, because I love Slash. Slash is if we made a list of like our top personal 10 or 15 or whatever, Slash would be
Yeah.
there for me. Just because this album in particular, I love what he does, and it's not his solos, it's his noodling, it's his leads.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's like the best part of this album, are all of his fucking leads. He just never shuts up.
He doesn't. He just
Oh, it's
goes
so
and goes and
good.
goes. But then I noticed it's pretty cookie cutter. Like he doesn't really start noodling until about halfway into the song. And then, the last quarter of the song is really him kind of going off. So there's always a buildup, but it always starts about halfway through the song. And that's pretty much every fucking song.
Yeah. That's fine.
I mean, it is. It's totally fine, but I never realized how kind of cookie cutter it was. But I mean, I really like Slash a lot. I respect him so much more now after this week than I ever had before. He has some really great parts. And not only that, I never really cared. I never really had any opinion on Izzy, the rhythm guitar player, but there are moments on this record where Izzy and Slash they play off of each other incredibly well. And I just had no idea. And then there are some songs too where it's the both of them and Duff, and all three of them are just kind of doing their own thing. But fuck, man, for whatever reason, it meshes so well. Izzy's really good. He is a really good guitar player. Nothing on Slash, but
I think he has.
Dude, Izzy's not bad. He's not bad at all.
So like Izzy's first solo album, I really wanted to listen to this week. I forgot. But I think he has the most. I think he has the most solo albums out of everybody. Like he has like 10,
Really?
10 plus. But his first album's called Izzy Stradlin and the Juju Hounds, and it's supposed to be fucking fantastic. It's supposed to be like punk and reggae and hard rock.
Really?
And it's supposed to be really, really good. And all of the people that are in his band at the time, because it's like early '90s, they're all from other bands. Like I don't know, the guitarist from Buck Cherry. And the drummer from some other fucking band. I know it sounds lame, but it gets like fucking fantastic reviews for being so diverse.
Izzy. People really do love Izzy.
I think he's cool, man. Like,
so
like
too.
if we're just talking about Izzy, just like going into his history, and he played in a punk band when he first moved to LA, and his first show was met with like the crowd rushing the stage and fighting the band. And he played drums at the time because this is his first instrument that he played was the drums, and so he's behind his kit, like holding up fucking cymbal stands and stuff, trying to ward off these rabid fans trying to fight him. And then the reason why he switched to guitar was because somebody stole his drum set from his car, and he had no money to buy another drum set, so he switched to bass. But then he started writing music, so then he switched to rhythm guitar. It's like dude
Cool.
plays it all. Dude plays it all.
Yeah, I mean, really, the one song on this record that was written by Izzy prior to Guns N' Roses. It's more of a punk song than anything else, or like punk and roll. Actually, you know what? I hate that term. Punk and roll is so stupid. It just sounds so.
Nobody.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Like that. That's ugly.
I don't like it either. I really wish I hadn't said it.
Thinking About You, is that the song you're talking about?
Yeah, kind of toward the latter part of the record.
Yeah, I don't like that song. I think
it's a cool song.
I think it's
a cool song, but it is more straightforward and more punk. We'll get into that eventually, I guess. We'll touch upon it later. But anyway,
probably your 1B. That's fine.
It's not my 1B. So do we have any stinkers on this record?
No, not even close.
Okay, I have no stinkers either. Surprise, surprise, no stinkers.
Surprise, Sweet Child of Mine's not a stinker for you.
It's not. It's not. Only because it's so iconic. I can't make it a stinker. It's too iconic.
Can't fuck with it. It's so good.
I don't really like the song though.
Oh, it's so good. Nobody likes a song. Nobody likes his song. Nobody on earth likes that song.
Even Slash doesn't like the song.
Yeah,
but he acknowledges talk shit on it.
He says, "Yeah, the song I don't like it, but it's pretty good."
It's
that's exactly how I feel about this because it's my 4B. It's my 4B.
Oh God, you're such a cuck.
I don't even like it, but I mean, come on, it's still pretty good. It's just a well crafted song.
Okay, whatever. Well, let's so since we neither of us have stinkers, we have some okay songs. Let's jump into Welcome to the Jungle because we already played it.
Yeah, that's your 1B.
So this was the second single they put out. The first is technically the first single in the U.S., but the second single overall. And they made a video for it. It wasn't successful at first. It was like almost a year before they got any sort of recognition, and nobody wanted to play them on the radio or on MTV. And it was a real like record label push from Geffen Records to get them played on MTV. And it took a long time, and that kind of annoyed me.
Yeah.
That it took so much of a record label push on MTV before they became popular. I mean, they were already popular in the scene, but man, that's a lot of record label overreach right there.
There's so much like controversy from this band, from this album, from the artwork, from the lyrics, from Axl, from the partying. It's unreal that these guys did not blow up the day after this album dropped. Like, I just don't. What were you fucking doing? 1987. Besides birthing me, I don't know. Like, what were you fucking doing?
But
and me, get the fuck out of here.
And me.
Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Is this your 1B? This is your 1B? I know it is.
No, it's not my 1B.
This is you love this fucking song.
I do love this song. I really do love this song. This is my 2B.
That's my 2B also.
No, you fucking idiot. You're the worst.
Dude, that intro.
You're
oh
the
my
fucking
God.
worst. Oh, it's such a great intro.
Fucking dope. Instant excitement. Oh, perfect use of the delay.
And then,
love it.
And then the snare drum from Steven Adler, kicking it, just that one snare hit into the main riff. Fucking so good. Oh my God, just that one snare. That's all you need. That's all you fucking need. You don't need some crazy fill or anything like that. Just that one snare hit. Perfection.
It's good. No, that's fantastic. That's why it's my 2B. But
no, you
riffage,
fucking hate it because you hate Steven
The
Adler.
riffage. Come on, the riffage is where it's at.
Oh, no, the riff.
Yeah. Come on, dude. That's some fancy shit right there. But
it
simple.
bounces so well. It bounces so fucking well. I love it. I love this song. It's a fucking great song.
And Axl slays in this song. Like,
he does.
Everything he does sounds fantastic here. Like, this song is so perfect.
Even the na-na-na parts, they're not that annoying. They could be really annoying, but for some reason he pulls it off. I don't know how he pulls it off, but he does on this song.
Like the problem with this album is we know how annoying Axl will become, and so it's hard to separate, 1988 and onward Axl from just this one album. And if he was like a cool guy, and he's not that bad of a guy. The more that I read about him, he's kind of getting like a bad rap, I think.
Yeah, and I know Josh Freese, because he was in the band for so long, he's come out and said like Axl's not that bad. He's actually a really cool guy, and he's always said like he's never had anything bad to say about Axl, ever.
Neither did Michelle Young. I read an interview with Michelle Young when we talked about my Michelle, because it's one of my bangers.
Yeah.
But she did an interview too, and she's like, yeah, dude, like everybody pegs Axl as like a total douchebag. And then reading about like his upbringing, I had no idea like his early childhood was rife with horrible circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't know, it's fine. Welcome to the Jungle is a fantastic song. I love it. I love his voice in it. I love his voice all over this album. I just think that he gets a bad rap because he does get very annoying very fast. The next album, fucking Live, Guns N' Roses Lies. Live and Lies, and then onward, he's annoying.
He is.
So it's hard.
He really is.
It's hard to like to separate the annoying Axl from like when this came out and like wow, like he just did the glam rock vocals better than every glam rock band in the '80s.
You're totally right.
Straight up.
Yeah, you're right. And what I noticed this week with his voice, he has like 3 levels of like I'm probably saying this wrong, but like 3 levels of octaves, maybe. He has the low register he does on a couple songs, like the second song was It's So Easy. It's very, very low. But then, Welcome to the Jungle, he sings in a much higher register. But then there are some songs where he sings in a very kind of mid-range tone. And I was kind of blown away by it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I never realized how much range he actually had as a vocalist. And I don't know, this album kind of really shows that in an exciting way, unlike the ballad albums after this. But yeah, it's good, man. Welcome to the Jungle, solid stuff, and I think structurally too, it flows so well, right? There's no downtime in the song. There's some like cleaner guitars, but they're necessary to build back up into the big heavy choruses or into the solo. It's so well done, and the use of the cowbell by Steven Adler, I think, is killer, man.
That's one of the few parts in the album that really stand out as like, oh wow, the drummer is doing something unique, is doing something fun.
He actually uses the cowbell quite a bit on this record,
but it's never
buried. Annoying. Yeah,
but it's never on its own. It's never as like a transition. It's never as like a lead part for the drummer. It's always buried.
Yeah, and also I was really impressed by not only his drum tone everything about his drums I think sounded really great. But also his ride cymbal. I don't know what kind of ride cymbal he was using, but god damn, did that fucking thing sound so crisp. Whether he was hitting like the bell part of that or just like the wider part of that cymbal, but it was so clean and smooth sounding. Dude, the drum tones on this record are amazing. And reading more about it, he recorded this entire record in 6 days. And to get that kind of tone and just to really kind of knuckle down and just really
he doesn't do anything.
But it doesn't. Okay, that doesn't matter.
He just comes in and lays down the same fucking beat for every.
But it doesn't matter.
12 songs. It's
but then
boring.
In the context of it all, I mean, the recording of this record was also very frustrating because Axl Rose was such a bitch about it, where he literally he recorded every single line separately, and then they had to go in and splice it by hand with a razor blade, all of his vocal tracks, so it made sense. Like that, dude, it's so fucking annoying. And he probably just did it to be an ass.
I mean, we got to dude, they were like 21. They were 21.
It's no excuse.
But they're so immature. They're so fucking immature. These guys are just, they want to be a band so they can party. They don't want to be a band so they can reinvent the music wheel here. They don't want to be a band so they can live in infamy forever. They want to be a band so they can fucking party. And so this is, I don't know, this is what it comes down to. And god damn, they did so many fucking drugs. It's unreal. So much drinking. It's unreal. Cannot believe these guys are still alive. Cannot believe it.
Yeah, and all of them survived. They're all still alive. Now that I think about it, yeah. Steven Adler almost died several times.
Yeah, honestly, he should.
He was
been
the
dead.
worst.
Yeah,
he was the worst of them all. Like even now, when you see him talk, like you could tell he's not. Unfortunately, he's like not all there. Like he has that kind of slurred speech, like permanent slurred speech. But dude, that's what happens when you do so much heroin and cocaine and drink so much. It's gonna fuck you up permanently. But
yeah.
Anyway, back to Welcome to the Jungle. What do you got lyrically on this one?
So there's like a lot of lore written about these lyrics.
Yeah.
All of these lyrics. There's a lot of stories. There's a lot of fables, of folk tales. And I'm going to believe it all because if I believe it, then it makes it sound cooler.
Mm-hmm.
It's more fun. And this was supposedly inspired by a homeless man who told Axl after he got off a bus in New York, this homeless guy says, "Do you know where you are? You're in the jungle, baby. You're going to die." That's so fucking cool. It's so awesome. I love it so much. I choose to believe this because I love that story so much.
Yeah, I really want to believe it.
And even if it was fake, I wouldn't even read the article like claiming that it was fake. I would still continue to live in ignorance because I love that story so damn much. It's so funny. It's so cool. It's
one of the most It's one of the most rock and roll things ever. It really is.
Oh, it's so rad.
It's so cool.
And the videos, the video for this music video, the music video for this song, it's stupid. I think it's lame.
I mean,
like
all the music videos off this one are stupid.
But this is when they played it like fucking 4 a.m. because it was too. They didn't want to play it during the prime time because they didn't want people to see it. It was whatever. And like it's dumb, stupid.
So, I have a little bit of a connection to the music video of this. Friend of the pod, Jessica, her dad was very much in the scene of the hair metal scene in the 80s, and he apparently, and I've seen pictures. Apparently, he was the one who styled Axl Rose's hair in this music video.
Damn. I was gonna say, dude, Axl Rose's hair when he's on stage for that part of the music video,
and it's all teased up and everything like that.
Fucking wild.
Yeah.
I mean, more wild than anything Poison ever looked like. His hair
it's
was
terrible.
Wild. And black leather pants, tight black leather pants. Wild, absolutely wild. Pulls it off, but wild.
It's true. So yeah, that's my little connection to the music videos. I know the person who did his hair in that video.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's good hair.
But yeah, I don't know. Do we have anything else on Welcome to the Jungle?
No, that's a good song. I like that song. That's a good one.
It is.
Perfect opener.
I mean lyrically too. I mean, what the story you told, the lore, that's what the song's about. You know, coming to the city for the first time and seeing all the debauchery and the shittiness of a big city and surviving it. So let's move on. What's your 1B?
Paradise City.
Is it really your number one?
Yeah, that's my 1B. I'm not
That's
gonna
fine.
pretend. I don't even care.
That's totally fine. So your top 2 Bs are the singles.
What is your 1B? I know you're gonna pretend like it's not Paradise City, but even
Do we want to get
actuality,
it? Do
it's
we want to get
Paradise
into
City.
that?
No, I'm not gonna move until I hear your 1B.
My Michelle.
No, that's
Stupid.
Is
the
Paradise
best
City your
song.
3B then?
Paradise City is my 5B.
You're stupid. You're being
That's
dumb.
fine. That's fine.
I guarantee you right now, because My Michelle's my 3B, and I've always loved My Michelle. Fucking fantastic song. But I guarantee you cannot recite anything from My Michelle. Maybe even not even the melody of the chorus.
I could.
I don't think you
I'm
could.
not going to do it, but
think you
I could
could.
definitely. I think the outside of the 3 hits, the chorus in My Michelle is the catchiest part of this whole record.
I mean, I agree. I think My Michelle, if it wasn't for Welcome to the Jungle and Paradise City, My Michelle is easily on 1B. But to
That
put
song's
Paradise City
so
as
good.
on your 5B is just, come on.
I
You're like a
love
dog.
Paradise City.
You can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'm doing the dog thing, like I'm begging for a treat. What you're doing right now is begging for attention. You're begging for attention as making it look like you're not just a one-hit wonder, cliche boy, but like you're lying to yourself. And you're lying to our listeners, and you're lying to me. And honestly, I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. I won't tolerate it.
I love Paradise City, so we're going to get into that right now. Paradise City, a long song, quite a long song. Probably the longest song on the record, actually.
Long Song Con.
The build-up in this song is fucking awesome, right? It starts off slow with that big, heavy, anthemic drum beat, and then it just builds and builds, and then the whistle. It's the whistle that gets me every time. I love it. It's so dumb and bad, but I love it so much.
This
Fucking
everything,
good, man.
everything about this intro in Paradise City is what I complain about most in music. It's fucking stupid, cheesy guitars. It's weak drum beat. Like, dude, the drum is awful. Absolutely awful.
I love his drums. I love the drums in this
It's
song.
just
Oh my god!
put a
but
little
dude,
verb
it's
on
so,
it and call it a day.
yes,
Boring.
but think about how
Boring.
effective it is. It is so catchy.
The bass is just mimicking the vocal pattern.
I don't care. That's
verbed
perfect.
anthemic vocals.
That's
everything
fine.
about this is my 1B. I don't know why you
Yeah,
fight.
so
Why you
stop
fighting me
bitching.
on this?
Stop bitching about Steven Adler.
Because Steve's the word. You're fucking silly boy talk.
You're
You've been duped
stupid.
hard if you think Steven Adler did anything more than what I could just play on the drums. I could play all of Steven Adler's parts straight up.
No, you can't.
Boring.
I guarantee you
Absolutely.
can't. I guarantee you
I'll
can't.
bet you $1,000 right now I can.
No,
Shake
you
my-
won't have
shake
that
my
same.
virtual
You
hand.
won't.
Shake my
No,
virtual
you
hand.
won't. You won't have that same groove and swing that he does. No
Oh
way.
yeah.
Because I know exactly
Oh,
how
yeah.
you'll play it too. I know you'll have a giant smile on your face too.
You wait till next time we jam. I'm just gonna that's all I'm gonna play. It's gonna be so annoying.
Oh my god.
And you're like, oh yeah, I am an idiot. Steven Adler isn't that great. He's the worst part of this fucking band, this album, sure. Yeah, everything about this intro is what I hate about music. Like everything about it is just the pieces on their own are just annoying and awful. But I don't know, man. You put it all together and it makes for something just bigger than it could ever even think it could possibly be. It's so perfect. And yeah, you're right. Right? The fucking whistle. Like
The
that's
whistle's so good.
we're getting told when to rock is what's happening. We're hearing this intro. It's a slow build, and we're thinking, okay, it's gonna have to go somewhere. How are they gonna transition? With a whistle. That's what we're gonna do. This is
I
fucking
know.
blow a whistle. Let's tell the listeners when it's okay to let loose, and then it does, and then the fucking song lets loose.
But I
love it.
It's not even fully let loose at this point.
No,
So
no.
we get a minute and 20 seconds before we hit the whistle. Before the whistle hits, it's just like this kind of acoustic build up with some lead guitar playing, but then that hits, and then it's the big heavy riff that dun 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 dun. It's heavy. It really is. But then Axl comes in and does his whole like the verses and just does his normal vocal thing, and then "Are you blind?" It's so dumb. It's so fucking dumb. Oh man! But then it's not until like around 4 minutes and 40 seconds where the real good stuff starts to happen, where it's pretty much just Axl just repeating the same thing over and over again, but it's more of like an improv thing, and everybody's just kind of going crazy, especially Slash. He's just fucking ripping it. This is the one song where he rips it up the most, and he's just doing just wanking for the sake of wanking. Like there's no real guitar lead. It's just him fucking going crazy, like doing all the sweeping on the guitar. Like he's fucking nuts. Duff is ripping it up too on the bass. He has some amazing bass parts on the song. It's fucking good, man. Fucking great.
There's so many elements to this song that I'm all over the place here. So like the heavy riffage in the verse, that's very metal sounding. It's really cool. The chorus has like kind of glam metal elements to it. While I'm not 100% on board with Axl's vocals on the bridge part, that's so far away. I could do without it. But like I like what Slash is doing. I like what Slash is doing. Like the little high parts there, the high leads. That's so fucking cool. And like it all leads to the last like real chorus before we double time. And the song just sort of falls apart before the double time. And this is the only time in the album that I like Adler. Adler's doing this Bonham thing where he's just like only part of the album that I really, really love what he's doing on the drums. And then Axl's just going on and on and on and on. And then we get into the double time part. And it's legit some of the coolest 2 minutes in all of music. I don't even care. I love everything about it. It's so fucking cool. Axl's holding it all together. Slash is completely off the rails, doing whatever the fuck he wants. Duff and Adler are just really grooving with each other and playing off of it. Izzy's just like trying to like, okay, I'm gonna try and just hold Axl in and give him like a solid like guitar beat to like to sing along to, but I'm also gonna make sure that Slash knows where he's going. And it's so chaotic. It's so insane. And you're right, man. Duff has some really, really, really rad bass parts in this song. Slash has perfect sweeps. They're perfect sweeps. Perfect arpeggios. Perfect
I've never heard him play like that before.
It's unfucking believable. It's a tiring listen because of how great it is. It really is. And I'm like, I even, dude, as soon as I heard it again this week, I said, I'm going to add it to my list of things. I don't have a list of things like this, but I'm going to add it to a list of things that I wish I would have been there the first time they dropped it live. And I was kind of researching it. And the first time that I read that they performed this song live for the first time was at the Troubadour on October 10th, 1985.
Oh, fuck. 2 years before
2 years before this album came out.
Was
they were
Slash
20 years old
at the time?
Yeah, they were 20 years old. Fuck. 20-year-olds. Come on, the fucking Troubadour. The Troubadour's like not even that big of a venue in LA.
It's so tiny, yeah.
Oh, man, fuck me. I'd die. I'd fucking die. I don't even care. God damn, the song is so good.
I think the Troubadour is probably my favorite venue in LA. Maybe the Whiskey.
I really, really, really like the Troubadour.
I do.
Man, I don't know, dude. Like all these LA venues are so fucking cool.
It's really a toss up between the Whiskey and the Troubadour. Both of those venues they're so cool. They're so iconic. So much history.
I hate like being one of those people that say, because I hate doing it. Is because Ryan does it in The Office when he talks about being in New York. He's, you just have to be there. You have to feel the energy. Like, it's so annoying. And people are like that. Really, but walking into the Viper, walking into the Roxy, the Troubadour, all of these venues, honestly, it is like a vibe. It is when you walk in there, you just think of like who graced this stage. Listen to Van Halen play. Like nobody knew who the fuck they were. And here's Eddie Van Halen in his damn near teens, shredding on the guitar. Here's Slash and boys playing Paradise City for the first time when they're 20 years old. Dude, fuck me, I'd die.
Ridiculous. I think even throwing it back, did Zeppelin ever play the smaller clubs in LA back in the day? I don't think they did, but maybe. Maybe
not. No, I don't think so. I think they stuck to like the big.
Yeah, I think they were already too big. By the time they came to the U.S., they might have been too big. Fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, man. I can't even imagine. I cannot sing the praises of Paradise City enough because I think it's a perfect song. I think it has a lot of elements that I think are just cheesy and dumb. But that's only because songs now are replicating what Paradise City already perfected.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking great, man. Should we play a little bit of Paradise City?
Dude, that's only half my notes. I haven't even dove into the lore of the lyrics in themselves.
What do you want to do?
All about everything. Whatever you want to do.
No, this is your pod. What do you want to do? Should we play it, get into the lyrics and the lore?
Yeah, you should play at least the beginning part because that's like the
Just
worst
the
part.
beginning?
Yeah, just play the beginning.
Why?
Because
I was gonna play it like when it picked up like in the 4-minute mark. Damn, you're
I don't know. I don't know if they deserve to hear that.
What about the
'Cause
whistle?
if you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't know,
True,
then you don't
true.
deserve to know. To be honest, you don't.
Okay, let's just play it from the beginning then. So here it is, Paradise City from Guns N' Roses. So what else you got on this one, lyrically and all that kind of stuff? What do you got?
I was thinking about like, excuse me.
Thinking in your mind.
I was thinking in my mind that the intro is pretty lame, but like when you said like you only want to play the intro, right? I was like, you know what? If you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
So
Okay.
dumb.
Okay, that should be on the no list because people.
I
people
was
say
thinking
that's
that
annoying.
too. Yeah, I really
But-
don't like that.
But it's so true on this. If you can't get through the intro, you don't deserve the outro. You just don't. You fucking don't. And the intro's not bad. Like
No,
even
it's
if you just cut it before the whistle, Slash's leads the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Like don't forget, dude. Slash is like a fucking besides Zach Wilde, like the only person that comes to mind. Like Slash is a master at the pinch harmonics. He throws them in
He was
so
really good at
subtly,
it, yeah.
so fucking good at it. But he doesn't overstay its welcome.
He
They're
doesn't
subtle,
rely on it
they're
like
quick.
Zach Wilde does.
Yeah, exactly. Does not rely on it. Throws it in there for nuance, and he
Yeah,
is
yeah.
so goddamn good at it. And I love those little leads in the intro there. Oh my, there's I perfection, absolute perfection. Pop goes perfection.
Pop goes perfection. It's good stuff, man.
Yeah. So supposedly this was written in the back of a van during a
Mm-hmm.
goof sesh, right? And this is so funny. I'm giggling already. Original lyrics by Slash after Paradise City was "Take me down to Paradise City where the girls are fat and they've got big titties." But
Yeah, I read that too.
did you giggle when you read that?
I did. It's so stupid, so childish.
And then like it got scratched for obvious reasons because that's not gonna make them famous in longevity terms. And Slash had said like, I don't know why they didn't use it. I liked it. It's like, come on, man. What are you 12? Like
Yeah, seriously.
it's stupid.
It sounds like a 9-year-old or a 12-year-old would make up. Yeah.
But this is the song that I alluded to earlier, where the guitarist and songwriter for a band called Hanoi Rocks
Yeah.
stated that this song rips off one of his band songs, and that's why they didn't do because like Axl like loved Hanoi Rocks. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Hanoi Rocks.
No, that's right. That's right.
Axl like loved this band, and the reason they didn't put it on the Spaghetti Incident is because this guy was a douchebag, and they didn't want to give me fucking money. And I think it stemmed from this incident. And I listened to it. I listened to their version, the Hanoi Rocks version. I listened to it
And
twice.
is that good?
No. I just could not make a
Oh.
definitive comparison. There's another
Alright.
song on this album that I for sure heard a fucking comparison instantaneously, but not this one. No. So
All right.
I'm on.
Wasn't the singer from Hanoi Rocks? Isn't he the one who died? That Vince Neil kind of killed
What?
in the car accident. Remember, how Vince Neil got in that car accident
Yeah.
in the '80s, and he killed, and his friend died in the car.
no.
Who was the one? Who's the guy who died?
I don't know.
I think it was the singer from Hanoi Rocks.
Well, he's still alive, so I don't.
who
Maybe
the
he's not
fuck
the
was
singer.
it?
I just know he's like the guitarist and like one of the main songwriters.
Let's see. I'm just looking it up real quick because it's gonna drive me nuts.
Drive me nuts.
Michael Monroe.
Why would you not just type in Vince Neil car accident?
That's what I did. That's exactly what I wrote.
Okay, here we go. I have a fast computer now in front of me. Vince Neil car accident.
Nicholas Razzie Dingley.
I was just looking at that. Yep, that's the singer for Hanoi Rocks.
I
Or
told
was
you.
the singer.
No, he was the drummer.
No, drummer. He was a
Yeah,
drummer.
he was the drummer. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Not the singer. The drummer for Hanoi Rocks. That was in
Not the singer.
1984. Damn.
1984. It's 5.
Anyway, back to
Yeah,
Paradise.
I cannot make a definitive statement between the two, so that's pretty weak. But I don't know. The song is actually kind of like a deeper and cooler song than I ever thought. There's some pretty dope things going on here. Axl talking about Paradise City and kind of playing off the idea of like having your cake and eating it too, right? Like their fame is starting to gain traction, but they're realizing like their semi-ghetto roots will be washed away with fame and superficial lifestyles, and they're still struggling with that as people in their early 20s. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's fun.
Yeah, I guess. I just didn't really pick up anything too extremely deep on this record from Axl's lyrics outside of like some of the stuff about the girls that he was kind of infatuated with. But when it wasn't about them, I just felt like the lyrics were just whatever. They were just there as a placeholder.
Can you believe these guys are like fucking, they were 21 when they're recording this. Like, how do you record this at 21?
I know, it's fucking stupid, right?
Like, what were you thinking?
How can you
How
be
is this
Steven
possible?
Adler and make those and write those drum
God,
beats?
why are you the way that you are? I don't understand. Oh boy.
Fuck, dude, they were like 21, 22, and Steven Adler almost died. Like, he was that bad of an alcoholic drug addict where he almost fucking died. Like, I can't even imagine being that young and on that close and being that close to death.
It had to have been like, we drank a lot when we were 21, 22,
But
23,
nothing like
24. But like, I felt like we drank a lot. Like, there were multiple nights a week where we drank so much, like we're barfing. Well, for the most of it, you only barfed once. And
I've
we all
never.
saw it.
I don't. I no.
Well,
I did not.
we all
I
saw
did
you
not
barf
barf.
in the sink, but that's fine.
I did not barf in the sink.
But yeah, we drank a lot. And I think like, how much did they fucking drink? But then you watch like some of these guys from like Wasp or these other stupid fucking bands, and they're like drinking straight from the bottle. They're drinking like a bottle of Jack a night.
Yeah,
Just before they even go on stage.
that's just to get warmed up.
That's
It's not even.
a bottle.
Dude, especially now, I can't even drink more than like three cocktails. 3 Jack and Cokes. Let's just say that. Like,
You
any
drink
more
Jack
than
and
that, I'm
Cokes?
feeling. Dude, I rarely drink liquor anymore, but dude, drinking more than like 3 or 4 cocktails, man, just fucks me up.
Yeah.
Hardcore. But yeah, a whole bottle of Jack. Even back then, even drinking half a fifth of Jack, dude, it would fuck us up immensely. We could do it, but we would be fucking dead.
We would pregame
pass
with
out.
a 4 Loco and then continue to drink all night until like 2 in the morning. And then more often than not, go back to
later
the
than
condo
that.
or the house or wherever
Oh, yeah.
and just keep drinking until like 3, 4,
5 sometimes.
5 sometimes.
We would drink till the sun came up.
Like,
used
we
to do
drank
that.
a lot, but
We did.
I never thought that like it was affecting my health. So like, how much do they fucking drink? Like, at some point your body literally just shuts down. No, like when you're really, really tired, you can't force yourself to stay awake because at some point you will just fall asleep. You can't hold your breath to like kill yourself, right? Because at some point you'll just like pass out. Like, your body will just shut down at some point. At one point, if your body's like, we're done, bro. We're done.
Well, that's why they're not only drinking, but they're snorting coke on top of it
That's
to keep
true.
them up. And
That's
then
true.
who knows what kind of pills they're taking? They could be taking speed or anything just to stay up, but to counteract the depressant of the alcohol or the depressant of the heroin or whatever
man.
else they're doing. It's just the constant, like, they're just trying to keep that balance, so they're just fighting the downers with the uppers. It's fucking nuts, dude.
It is. Yeah, it's sad. It's
It's
sad.
something we never experienced personally with ourselves, but
We could have. We just chose not to because it's psychotic.
yeah.
It's straight up.
Made
It's
more sense.
fucking insane. It's just like, dude, that does not sound fun to me.
So
Yeah. So that was my
what else we
1B.
got?
Paradise. No, that's it. That's all. Paradise is my 1B.
Fucking shit, dude. Fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into my 1B, and that's My Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
This is your 3B, right?
That's my 3B.
Oh man, this is a real standout. That chorus is extremely catchy, and I don't know if is it like a weird time signature, or is it just, or am I crazy?
No, I think it's. I don't think anything.
Does it switch?
Does
Does it switch from like a 4/4 to a 3/4? I don't know. It's just
No
it's
way.
so weird.
No way Steven Adler can do a waltz. No way.
Oh, you could do it.
Nah, he's trash.
You're the worst.
Garbage.
You're the fucking worst.
Garbage.
Oh man, this is a great song, man.
Yeah. Dude,
So
getting both guitars involved, like with the intro,
yeah.
banger.
Well,
Love it.
so I don't think the guitars on this song are particularly. They're not outrageous. They're not doing anything crazy. It's not the typical Slash of him kind of doing the wanking or the crazy leads. But they're more subdued. But the way that they intertwine with Duff's bass playing in this song, I think is amazing. Like the songwriting in the song, I think is top notch because of that. Because they're all just playing so well with one another, and everything is just so on beat and so perfect together. I love it. I think the song is fucking amazing. And like I said, it's so super catchy.
Like before this week, because you said you haven't listened to this album in a long time.
Yeah.
Until we did the album the first time in the pod, and then before that, it's been a while too. Do you remember this song?
Yeah. This song.
This song was
song-
huge. This
yeah.
is like one of their. This is like a fan favorite. Like this is a massive song. This song is so
good. It makes
fucking
sense.
good.
I mean, outside of the singles, the songs I really remembered were this one and Mr. Brownstone. Those are the two big ones that I remembered outside of that. Oh, and Night Train. Night Train was another one.
Night Train.
But yeah, My Michelle. And throughout this entire song, Axl just sounds pissed. Like he sings in his more higher register, but he's more of like, it's almost like a scream throughout the entire song. It's killer. It's super killer.
So you like Axl's vocals in this album, on this song?
Yes, I do.
Because this is my favorite vocal performance on the album by Axl. Like this is my favorite thing that he does, because I think when he does a chorus, I think he's better when he just does noises, like the well parts, like the play. When he just does noises, I think that he's at his best. When he's like speaking and singing, he's good on this album only. But I think he's at his best when he's just, because he does have a unique voice, and like you said earlier, he does have a decent fucking range for a guy that's super obnoxious. So like the chorus, the well, My Michelle, like I like the way he says it. I like the way it's presented. I like how it sounds. I love how he sings in this song. I think it's absolutely perfect. I think it's top-notch stuff.
Maybe not in this song in particular, but there are a lot of moments on this entire record that he sounds so much like Bon Scott, a little bit of Brian Johnson as well from AC/DC. And now it totally makes sense to me why he toured with AC/DC for like 2 or 3 years.
I mean, that would be such an annoying fucking show.
But it makes so much sense. After really kind of diving deep on this record, I totally understand why they chose Axl to really essentially fill in for Brian Johnson. It makes sense.
Because they're all annoying.
Well, yeah, that's true. They all are kind of annoying.
Just say it. It's fine. They're all annoying.
They are. They totally are.
I think Guns N' Roses is the most overrated band of all time, except for this album.
They're almost to the point of Sex Pistols.
Dude,
where
why would you even no.
They're almost there. They're almost there because their style, their brand is almost bigger than the music.
But at least like Guns N' Roses, that's their brand that they created, that they made, that they fucking worked hard for.
True.
Sex Pistols are a joke.
But did they really work hard for it? Because like we talked about,
yeah, they did. This album sucked when it came out. Nobody liked it.
That's my point. Because it wasn't until the guys at Geffen, the executives at Geffen, really push it on MTV, probably paid them to play this song more.
But it's an objectively good album.
It's a good album,
Another album that didn't do well when it came out was Blues Pinkerton. That didn't do very well. And as we know, like that's one of the best albums of the fucking 90s.
That's true. But also they didn't have the record label, which I think they were also under Geffen.
I think
They didn't have Geffen go to MTV and the radio stations and push them.
Dude, David Geffen knows gold. He knows gold.
He did. I mean, look at Nirvana and all that shit too.
Blues Pinkerton, Nirvana's Nirvana, fucking GNR's
Nirvana's
Appetite.
Oh God, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't believe I said that. That was so dumb. Anyway,
I like it though. That'd be cool. Like Weezer Pinkerton cover band, Pinkerton Blue.
Oh,
It's so good.
I'm such a dumbass.
It's so
dumb.
fucking good. Pinkerton's Blue. I love that so much. I'm gonna get that tattooed on me one day. I like that so much. It's so good.
Oh, it's the worst. Oh, okay. So back to this stupid fucking record that we're doing. What's really cool is you have the craziness of Paradise City, which it is. It's honestly a pretty crazy song, and then it goes right into My Michelle. To arguably one of the chorus is probably one of the catchiest things on this entire record. So you go from the craziness to like this extremely catchy song and kind of weird, straightforward song. I don't know. This song is all over the place. It really is.
It's heavier. It's more melancholy. I mean, dude, like Paradise City is the catchiest chorus in this entire album. Like it is designed as such. It is like Seven Nation Army. It is designed as a sing along song. The moment you even like catch a whiff of like where the riff is going, it's just that's just the song. That's just the way it is. It is what it is. First things first. All of them. Live, laugh, love, everything. Okay, but My Michelle like takes the momentum of Paradise City, because Paradise City I think ends side A on the vinyl, right?
I don't know. I don't have it.
Paradise. I'm looking at it right now. Paradise City ends side A of the vinyls because I have two of them. That makes
sense.
And then My Michelle starts it. So you like.
Wait, you have two copies of Appetite?
Yeah, I might play copy, my put on the wall copy.
Are you serious?
No, I just have one copy.
I was gonna say, give me a fucking copy or something.
I think at some point, like I came across Appetite for like cheap in the wild, and you were like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, I turned it down.
Boo. I hate Guns N' Roses. Boo.
I don't hate them, but I would. I mean, vinyl wise, I'd buy this for $20.
Stupid.
I'd buy it for 20 and then 22 on a good day.
This is an album that's just one of those albums that, like, I mean, I don't have a great setup, but just like sonically, it sounds fucking great on my setup that I have on my dinky little bookshelf speakers, on my decent turntable. This is just sonically a really, really well produced album that everybody shines when they want to. Everybody comes through, and we haven't even talked about Sweet Child of Mine yet, because that song. I guess we'll get to that when I get to it. Third thing's third.
We'll get to that when I get to it. There's a good one that should go on the
Yeah, that's a four.
That should go on the no-no list.
Fourth thing's fourth. Okay, fourth thing's fourth. Out of control here, just fucking flying off the rails.
This is a tough one.
God damn.
Ooh, Pinkerton's Blue. Okay, so
Pinkerton's Blue. My Michelle. Lyrics. Want to get into lyrics? What do you want to do?
Let's play a little bit of it, and then we'll get into the lyrics, and then probably move on. So here it is, My Michelle from Guns N' Roses. All right, so what do we got lyrically on this one? What do you got?
This was it was written about a friend of the band who had mentioned she wished someone would like write a song about her. Her name was Michelle. Mm-hmm. So they did. Axl did. And at first the song came out like way sappy and kind of lame. So Axl redid it and just kind of spoke the truth about who he knew Michelle was. And it came out like really, really like fucking great. It came out hard hitting, and it came out kind of like sad and depressing, but also aggressive. And then I was reading like an interview with Michelle that a fucking rock website did. I can't remember what the name was. 2014. No, it was something I never heard of before. But then, like,
Okay.
there was another Reddit like thread that was going back to it, and like an Instagram post from. It was a lot of things were confirming that this was the real Michelle, and she kind of like gave like she said she shed light on the situation, and she was a hard drug user, like very very hard drug user, came from a broken home. Mom died by ODing on pills, and then her dad, which he wasn't in like the porno industry, like per se. He just sold like videos. And so like the song kind of like, I don't know, hyperbolizes his involvement in the porno industry. But she was for sure like really, really fucked up on drugs constantly high. And so when the interviewer was asking her questions like, hey, how did you feel when the song first came out? Did you read like the first draft of it? Her responses were like, it's embarrassing to say, but like I was high. I was fucked up the entire time. But then like the lyric that Axl wrote that says, now you're clean and so discreet, I won't say a word. That was in direct reference to Michelle finally getting clean and sober and checking herself into a program, but then seeing Axl at a party and partying with the same, because Michelle grew up with Slash, and then eventually met Axl through Slash, and so she's clean and sober for many months, sees Axl at a party, they hang out, she starts using again, and she tells Axl, she asks him not to tell anyone because she was embarrassed. And that's where that lyric came from. That was so cool because, I don't know, Axl's a douche, right? We think Axl's an asshole. But that's kind of cool. I don't know. I thought that was rad.
He is kind of, I mean, when
dude,
you
he had
kind of think about it,
fucked
though.
up upbringing, though. Like, he's so mentally fucked in his head. Like, he has so many problems that he's dealing with. Throughout the rest of his life, he will be dealing with these problems.
Yeah.
And Sweet Child of Mine, like, I mean, lyrically, that's a fucking weird one for me that I never thought about. But my Michelle, like Axl, and then Michelle would say that Axl used to call her because she was like the person Axl would call most when singing a song, either like during this time or before this time came out. He would call Michelle, and he would just kind of like clap his hands for the beat, and then sing her a song that he's writing. So she heard all of these songs before they were finalized and put on the album, because Axl like confided in her. And then this is just some girl. And then at some point she decided that she's completely done with drugs, kind of like cut off ties to all the band and everything, and started a life, and now she's happy and whatever. But it's just like, damn, man, like this, I don't know. This song is really good. This song is so good. And I thought this was like the deepest song purposefully on the album.
I think so too. I think this is the deepest. I don't want to say heartfelt, but I guess emotional would be the best way to put it. But I feel like this is more like a sympathetic view on her, not really. I don't know. I just feel like more of it, like he feels like a sort of sympathy toward her.
Yeah,
in the lyrics
for sure
on the song. But what do I know? What the fuck do I know?
We know everything. Well, I know everything. You know nothing because.
Well, I actually know more than you, but I play it off like I don't because I don't want to make you feel bad.
You don't know more than me in any facet of life.
I absolutely know more than you. Like I said, I don't want to make you feel bad, so I play it a little bit stupid.
That you know less than me.
Well, that's wrong. That's what stupid people
This
say.
is like a Dwight and
That's
Michael
what stupid
Scott
people
fight.
say.
Like just. Like this is something that I could see them fighting about.
And it goes nowhere. Like it literally goes nowhere. But anyway, what are we talking about? My Michelle.
My Michelle.
Do we have anything else on this? Should we move on? We're only 3 songs deep, baby.
I know.
Shit. Okay,
I knew this would happen. So like my top 6 bangers, I wrote the most notes for. And then everything else I kind of just half-assed because I knew it's going to take us fucking forever to get through at least like the top 4 songs, especially the singles.
Top 4 for sure that's going to take the longest. Oh my God. All right. So what was your 3B? Oh, your 3B was my Michelle.
Yeah.
Okay. So my 3B is, You're Crazy. You're Crazy.
Really?
Yeah. That's my 3B. I felt like this song, like I said, I hate punk and roll. I think that's the stupidest thing to say, but it's the best combination of like the rock and roll and this is honestly the most punk song on the whole record. It has this aggressiveness, but it's still so groovy because of Steven Adler. He has that fucking groove. He has that swing. I love it. And even though he's such a swingy guitar player, drummer, he can still drive a song so well. And this is one of those instances. He just fucking, he kills it on, I honestly, from a songwriting perspective, Adler fucking kills it on this song. So, I don't know. What do you think?
Do you hear all those like a condescending?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're doing. Yeah,
perfect. Yeah.
Does this one even sit as a banger for you?
No, not even close. This is the lowest B I have.
Are you serious?
I think this is the weakest song on the album. I think this is complete filler.
Wow.
This is complete filler. I mean, come on, we're coming off Sweet Child of Mine, so you gotta either throw something memorable or you gotta throw a filler. And I think they threw something filler.
But see, but in this part of the record, you needed a song like this. You needed something more straightforward, because a lot of the songs on this record are meant to be so big and anthemic and I guess legendary.
You could have threw Rocket Queen after Sweet Child of Mine. Rocket Queen's a fucking banger of a song. It's a fantastic song.
Not, Rocket Queen is not a banger. That's not a banger, dude.
Okay.
It's not a banger. I love the simplicity of You're Crazy. And I think that the guitar tone, they kind of I mean, the guitar tone on this entire record is awesome, but they really kind of made it a little bit crunchier on this song, on this particular song, and fuck, man, I think it's great. It's great. And the guitar solos aren't overly wanky. They're short and sweet, and that's kind of what we needed on this part of the record. It's not, like I said, you got to bring it down a little bit, and this does a great job of bringing it down, but still absolutely killing it. I think this is a great record. Or a great song.
Much like Axl says in the song, you're fucking crazy. Because it's not a banger.
All right, well, let's move on. What do you got for your 4B?
I mean, you're passionate about this, baby.
No,
boy.
we don't have to. No, you hate this. I mean, I touched upon it. We don't need to talk about it anymore. So
I do think this is the weakest song on the album,
yeah,
but that's fine.
Fucking stupid.
I mean, we're not.
Queen is really a banger for you.
Yeah, Rocket Queen my 9B.
I mean, it's a good song, but damn, dude, it is not a banger.
It's a 9B. It's good. It's good.
Okay, all right.
It's good. It's good.
So what do you got for your 4 or your 4B?
Sweet Child of Mine, baby.
Oh, God, here we go. Here we go. I had to talk about it.
Yes, okay. The song has been overplayed by about 15 years, but it's still pretty cool crafted. It's a well crafted song. Like the main part has everyone in the band actually contributing in a way that if you played that instrument in a band, you'd be super stoked to contribute in your cover band, right? Like Slash's riff that you start off at, fucking dope. Dude, Duff's bass line, super dope. AZ throwing in like the background rhythm guitar part, that's also really fucking great. But even your boy over here, Adler,
yeah,
he's doing something.
You're finally gonna give him some credit?
He's playing drums. He is.
He has a drum kit in front of him. Yeah,
he has a drum kit in front of him. Sure, absolutely. But like, Slash's riff relies on the building aspect of the song. Slash's riff is fucking cool. It's a cool riff, man. It is a really cool riff. It's iconic, and it's something you learn on the guitar because it's fun to play. It feels good. Just like as you're watching your fucking fingers play so high in the fretboard, you're like, oh wow, this feels fucking cool. I like picking these little circus notes, as he called it.
Slash calls it, yeah.
But like, it's being supported by everybody else in the band. It's a layering of a song, and everyone else is layering their part on, like a cake, and it's not quite equal parts, but it's all really, really good parts. And that's what I like about this song. And like the fact that Slash like still plays the intro part in the chorus, but like modulates it a little bit to match the notes of the chorus. That's really cool. I like the consistency. And then the solos, man. The solos are so rad. They just flow so nicely. This is like This is some of Slash's best writing. I think Slash's best
Really?
guitar playing is on Paradise City, but Slash's solo writing, this is his best because he
You think
builds
so,
his
huh?
solos. He
Wow.
builds his solos nicely. They gain momentum. His first solo is vastly different than his final solo, but they all hold true to the song, but they all build a little bit. They all extrapolate from the previous solo and just add a little bit to the end of it. And his final solo, man, dude, his final solo just has so many cool parts to it. It goes from low and slow to high and tight, right? It's bridged by just scaling up. It's like, come on, man. That's just so simple and so dumb. But to build a solo to where the first part of it is just all low notes, all on the high E string here. We're kind of sludging along, and then you scale it upwards, and you go to this really wanky, but still slow, still melodic, still kind of like you could sing along to this solo. It's fucking rad. It is a fantastic solo, and it's no joke why this is considered one of the greatest solos of all time, because it's that good. It really
the solo
is.
is good. No, the solo
It is
is
that
very good.
fucking good.
I honestly, I feel like the thing that holds this song back so much is Axl's vocals. Yeah, they're catchy. The chorus is catchy, but damn, are they stupid? Because like my biggest issues with Axl and this band are the ballads. Like their ballads suck, or at least Axl's part of the ballads are terrible, and this is not an exception. Like he's not a good ballad vocalist. I don't think so at all. He's obnoxious beyond belief, and it takes away from so much of the song. Because I agree, I love Izzy's like clean parts when Slash is doing his thing. You know, Izzy's kind of just playing those chords and just kind of being there as just kind of a backup guy. Just that's what he is, and it's so effective. And I agree with you too. Like Duff has some really rad bass lines, especially in the beginning, and being in a band and jamming. And we have a friend who loved that bass line, and he always played that bass line.
It's a good bass line.
All practice. He would just play that bass line over and over. That and Soul to Squeeze.
Oh,
I
this
think
is
it
a
was
good
Soul to
song.
Squeeze, right? That was the song Joe used to play all the time.
No, it was a ding.
Yeah. Oh wait, what song is that?
Ding.
I
From
fucking hate that song.
Californication, right? Ding,
No, it's not Californication. It's
ding.
no, it's from what's By the Way, I think, right?
That's from Californication.
No, it's not from Californication.
What fucking song is that?
It's from By the Way, I think.
Dum, dum.
Or no, it's
I don't
from
know.
Blood Sex. It's from Blood Sex.
What? No way.
Yeah, I
That's
think
from
it's Blood Sex.
Californication.
Anyway, who cares? It doesn't matter.
I know it's a stupid fucking bass line anyway.
Where was I at? Anyway, yeah, I think everybody shines on this song except for Axl. Axl is by far the worst part of this song. I mean, I think he's the worst part of the record, but in this song especially, Axl is the worst part of this song, and it really takes away from so much of it. Can't stand it. Can't stand
Okay.
him.
That's almost kind of true, what you said. And when I say that, I mean you're so far from being right that it's disgusting. So here we go. No, Axl is not the worst part of this record. No, it's 100%
Steven Adler.
fucking Adler. He's boring. He's a dime a dozen. This kid. He's lucky. They like pretended that he was just sick with the flu for that performance when he was really just coked out. Like he's fucking lucky they didn't kick him out earlier because he's just not good. He's just not good. And Sweet Child of Mine, like I thought that Axl's voice is just super annoying. But it always reminds me of I guess this version reminds me of Sweet Child of Mine, but in Step Brothers when the
God.
brother in the car scene.
I was gonna bring
Like,
that up.
That is so fucking funny. That I cannot. Every time I listen to Sweet Child of Mine, I picture that car scene
I do too. And
and the
I hate
voice
it.
solo. Knocking the high. And it's like, God, that's what Axl wishes he could do because that guy's a better singer. Whatever that actor was is a better
does
singer
Adam
than
Scott-
Axl Rose.
I wonder if that's actually Adam Scott's voice.
I feel like it is because we see like Ed Helms is a fantastic singer. He's a fantastic guitarist. He plays the banjo really, really well. So
Yeah,
there's no,
yeah.
I don't know, there's no reason. Like, why would you have an entire scene based around the fact of him singing? And then Javi.
I mean, it does sound like him. It does like sound like his voice,
right?
So
Yeah.
it might
And
be.
then his
him.
wife sings, and she's just trash at it. Remember, Yardiki,
Yeah,
Yardiki,
he's like,
Yardiki.
you're flat. You're totally flat. I got to come in and save this. He says something like that. and then the
so
stupid
good.
and then the stupid bitch son like comes in and does that whole like
Oh yeah,
thing
he's
at
an
the end.
asshole. Fuck
Oh
him.
dude, I hate that kid. He's
Yeah,
so
he's the
annoying.
worst.
He's so annoying.
He's the Axl Rose of that family.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
For sure, the Axl Rose.
Worthless.
And the wife is Steven Adler, the best part of the family.
That's well because
Got
she was
him.
actually the worst part of the family. So
But she
that's fine.
wasn't. She was the best part. Adam
She was
Scott
flat.
was a douchebag.
She was flat. She was flat.
You're flat. You're totally flat. Why do I pay for voice lessons if you're going to sound?
Oh,
like
that's
me?
what he said. That's right.
he
He
said
said, "Why
he
do I pay
says.
for voice lessons?" So good. But yeah, so
What a
this was
dickhead.
this was a song that became controversial because when it was found out that it was really similar to a song called Unpublished Critics by an Australian band called Australian Crawl. And this song I did
Dumb
listen
name,
to
but-
also, and holy shit, dude. Sweet Child of Mine is the same fucking song.
Is
the
it really?
pacing's
No way.
the pacing's different, but when you listen to like Australian Crawl, you're just like, this is Sweet Child of Mine, dude. Like that
Wow.
Kermit the Frog thing where he's like sipping the tea and kind of
Mhm.
like, okay, well, this is awkward. Like it's the same fucking song.
Shit.
And
Is
not
it just
saying,
the
like-
guitar, or is it?
It's
the
everything.
guitar
It's the lead guitar where like the lead guitar goes. It's the entire melody. It's the
Really?
notes. But like, I don't know. There's bound to be overlap in different things, and I can't imagine these 20-year-olds listening to a lot of Australian music.
Yeah, I know.
in the
Where the
early
fuck are they going to
80s.
listen to this when they're all strung
Exactly.
out? When they're all strung out.
Yeah. So I think it's complete just like happenstance, but it's pretty bad.
Unless the record label fed them that song. Huh? Wouldn't put it
That's
past them.
possible.
Wouldn't put it
That's
past them.
I'm
Considering what
fucking
we-
for sure. Hell no.
What we were reading about Geffen and really kind of pressuring MTV to play Welcome to the Jungle. I would not be surprised if the record label really pushed this song on them.
I wouldn't be surprised either, and especially considering like it came from like a sound check, right? Supposedly
Yeah, supposedly.
that Slash was just like noodling on, and then your boy was like, "Oh, I can make a drum beat to that." Listen, because
It's a
he's
good
a
beat.
great drummer, yeah. And like that's how the song was born. Like, I don't know.
Hey man, when you got a good beat, you got a good song.
I do, dude. I do think like I tell Nick, like Nick's kind of in the midst of wanting to do guitar lessons. He's practicing more now, and it's just like if you want to be good, you have to practice. In that same interview with Michelle that I read, they asked like how like what was Slash like growing up, because she knew him. He was like 10 up
Yeah,
until the
yeah.
age of fucking now. And she's like, when he first started playing guitar, when he was like in his teens, like he brought the guitar everywhere. Whenever he go to like a football practice for like his mom or whatever, the fucking they go to church or whatever, he brings his guitar. He always had his guitar with him. He was always practicing. He was inseparable with that guitar. And if you want to be good, you have to practice. You just have to practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like it becomes your life, right? Like it becomes your life. It's an extension of your body, unless you just, I don't know, some type of crazy virtuoso. But even then, you have to practice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and like Slash is one of the goats because he practiced and still practices, still plays. He owns over 100 guitars. Like it's fucking, it's insane.
Fucking nuts, yeah. Oh
I don't
boy.
know. Lyrically,
So what do we have?
Lyrically,
yeah, what do we
though,
have lyrically on this?
lyrically, I thought this was kind of cool because knowing Axl's, so like before I read about Axl's upbringing, this song's dumb. This song's lame lyrically. It's stupid. It's goofy. I think it's just childish. I think it's dumb. But then reading about like Axl's upbringings, his abuse, his molestation, how he really kind of didn't even acknowledged himself that he never really like grew up mentally and socially. He was kind of still always stuck in that like purgatory of being young. So, right, this is about a girl that Axl dated and then married. She later claimed that she married Axl because he threatened to kill himself if she didn't. But this song does have like this kind of weird innocence to it. And I think he's comparing her love to his childhood innocence, which is even more interesting because of all the abuse he endured as a kid. So it's like he's only comparing her to the good parts of what it was like when he was a kid, or like what little good parts there even was, because there was so much bad. So those little tiny good parts of when he was a kid, whatever that was that like, or she triggered that memory in his mind, like that's what this song is about. So I think the song superficially is dumb and fucking dumb as fuck. It's so stupid. But I think the whole thing, like the sweet child of mine, like why is he calling her child? I think it's because he's reverting to his childhood state.
Yeah,
I think it's something deeper, man. I think it's some like cool like Siegfried and Freudian slip there.
Oh my god, it's so stupid.
But the part of the lore of Guns N' Roses that I don't like is the last part of the song. The where do we go? Where do we go now?
I don't like that part.
And supposedly, like, it was just from Axl asking the producer in the booth at the end of the song, because they didn't know how to end the song. So he's like asking, like, where do we go? Like, what do we do now? And then he was like, well, you should just keep saying that, and then we'll just riff off of it. Like,
I don't believe
that's
that.
That's lame. That's weak.
I don't believe it because of
Flimsy.
how meticulous he was with recording this record, his vocals. I don't buy it at all.
Dude, Slash is so good at an outro, though.
He is. It's really that part is really good. It's really good. So,
dude, so we got the big singles. We got our tops.
Do we want to play "Sweet Child of Mine"?
Everybody fucking knows "Sweet Child of Mine." No, we don't even play that shit.
All right. So since we don't really want to play "Sweet Child of Mine," what do you want to get into next? Because that was your 4B, right?
That was my 4B.
Oh my god. So my 4B is Night Train. Where does this one sit for you?
That's my 6B. You love that fucking cowbell shit in the intro, don't you? Yeah.
Love the cowbell. Love how stupid that vocal melody is as well. It's so catchy. It's so catchy. I hate it and love it at the same time. It's very 80s.
This is like another one that just rolls along like a freight train. Night Train, Freight Train. It's a great song with like a solid melody. When the music kind of stops and then we just hear the guitar chords being rung out while Axl is singing, dude, that part is so boss. And then Duff throws some single note hits, right? The boom, boom, and lets those ring out, like all to like naturally swell into the chorus. That's just good. This is we're talking about good. This is just good songwriting.
It is. It's straight up good songwriting, and this is the first song on the record where Duff finally kind of shines, where his bass kind of cuts through the mix, and you can actually kind of hear what he's playing, or he's kind of doing something a little bit off the wall. I wouldn't say squirrely, but just kind of off the wall. It's killer, man. Fucking everybody kills it in the song, and it's so catchy. It's so catchy, but the only reason it's this low is because it's just so stupid at how catchy it is.
This is the song that like really made me want to play like Slash also. Like Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen and Slash, like these are two guys that I really wanted to like emulate when playing the guitar. And this song like really did it for me because his first solo is slow, but he never stops hitting notes. He's filling all space with notes, but he never gets too fancy with it. Like there's a couple parts there, but I like those type of solos. I like just like forego slides, hammers, just add more notes, more scales. Just go up and down, noodle. Just keep hitting notes. Fill all of the dead air with just more notes. That's what we need. More notes. And I like it. And he keeps it going all the time. He just never stops noodling throughout the entire album.
I'm tired. That's what I put too. On this song specifically, though.
It just never stops fucking noodling. His second solo is for sure the winky one of the two.
Yeah.
But man, I love solos where it's just more notes. I don't need bends. I don't need hammers. I don't need slides. Just throw me some like good fucking cool scales. Call it a day. That's all I want.
Oh, I like it too. If it's put in there, put in there in a classy way, yeah, it sounds fucking great. And Slash does it so well. He's never like we said, he's not overtly wanky, and he doesn't just play shit just to play it. Like there's always a reason for it, and it's just perfectly placed.
Yeah.
Most everything he does. I love it. I can't believe you hate the cowbell on this song.
I don't hate the cowbell. I think it's fantastic. I love it.
Well, you were talking shit on Steven Adler, but that's fine.
Because this is his claim to fame, is just hitting cowbell to the intro of a song. Then,
No, man, it's like
Come
I
on.
said earlier. His ride cymbal. That ride cymbal is just, oh, dude, it's so crisp. It is. It's so much of his tone and his sound. I love that ride cymbal. He fucking kills it.
you're like a little kid, right? No. You're like a gold miner. You're like a gold miner. I like the heart of the 49er rush. And you're painting for gold, and you're like, oh, look at this little tiny fucking nugget that I found, everybody. The size of like a fucking scab on my finger. Look at this. This is so amazing. While everyone else is like pulling out golf ball sized nuggets. That's like you. Ooh, fucking Steven Adler and his cowbell in this song. Whereas like the entire album is full of just absolute banger after banger, bigger than life solos, amazing vocal performances, really cool bass lines. But here you are like digging for fucking flakes. For flakes.
Sometimes you need those flakes. Those flakes can be just as important as all the wanky.
No, but they're not. Like that's the point. Is the flakes are not as important. The flakes are not worth more than the big fucking golf ball sized nuggets. They are worth less.
No, you're wrong.
Yeah. No, I'm not wrong at all. Steven Adler is like, come on. It's like child's play here. Steven Adler's lucky he was a part of this band. He's fucking lucky.
He's only lucky that he wasn't fired sooner because of his drug use. Not because of his playing, but because of his drug use.
That's 100% sure.
All right. Should we play a little bit of it and get into the lyrics, or just the lyrics and move on? What do you think?
Whatever you want to do. What do you?
No, this is your pod.
That's my 6B. That is my 6B.
Okay. I mean, we don't have to play it if you don't want to.
All right.
All right. So then, what do you got for your 4B? Or 5B, 5B.
Out to get me. Out
Really?
to
That
get
was a
me.
B.
Out to get me. Yeah, this is kind of
Okay,
a
it's
bluesy
not a
inspired
B
little
for
number
me.
here. Structurally set up kind of the same as like a blues song here. I like this song because it just sounds big. The rhythm is driving forward with the beat, and Slash is just doing the lead guitar thing, and Axl's all over the place. I love it. It's like a controlled chaos type of thing. Like they know how to like kind of hone it in, but they also know how to make everything just sound just like a mess. But it's not a mess.
No, it's not. Not at all. Not when you have not when you have all these great players in the band. This is another one of the songs where Izzy and Slash, their interplay is just so good, and you don't really hear it. I feel you don't really hear it on the first couple listens, but when you really take a deep dive into it, you kind of hear dude, they're just like they're a perfect pair, a perfect fucking pair, and this song really really shows that. I won't talk too much about Adler because I know you'll get really fussy about it.
He doesn't
so
do anything.
I'll keep it at that.
What does he do?
What?
What does he do here? What does he do?
I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
He didn't do anything.
I don't want to talk about it.
He does
'Cause
nothing.
You're already fussy, and I haven't even
Because
said
he does
anything.
nothing. Like you. Oh my god, you're the worst. You are the fucking worst. You're worse than Steven Adler, which is hard. That's hard to fucking do because he's the worst part of the band.
Oy, you are so stupid.
Okay.
I mean, I can't even imagine how many stupid pills you took earlier today to come to this point.
Just two.
Just two. That's more than enough. This is also another one of the songs where Axl kind of sings in his higher register throughout most of it, and this is the main song that really made me realize, wow, he's a good replacement for Brian Johnson in AC/DC. This song, he has that kind of scream and higher register of vocals like Brian Johnson does. Spot on.
Yes, but Brian Johnson's just annoying.
Sometimes.
And I like AC/DC. I really do, but it's Bon Scott or bust. Like it's
Bon
straight
Scott
up
was the
Bon
better,
Scott or
of course.
bust. But
Yeah.
like leaps and bounds better. Brian Johnson is just annoying. He just happened to fall into place during like the Back in Black stuff, and that just happened to be like top 5 best-selling albums of all time, which is a good album. It's fantastic.
It's a good album.
But I don't know. Like, oh, man. Comparatively to this one, like this one has more depth to it. Back in Black is so superficial. It's so one-dimensional. I love it.
I'm not
But fuck,
comparing
man.
it. I'm not comparing it to Back in Black. I'm just saying.
But I hate like
his vocal styling is
Yes,
similar
because-
to Brian Johnson. That's all I'm
because
saying.
at this point in his life, he was just being annoying. But like during like the recording for Appetite for Destruction, he was kind of like doing something unique. He thought he was doing something unique. What do you offer? What do you offer?
I don't know. I'm listening. I'm listening to you
Okay.
talk about how much you hate AC/DC. That's what I'm doing.
If anybody hates AC/DC, it's you.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of AC/DC.
You fucking hate AC/DC.
No, I don't hate them.
You hate AC.
No,
you have
I
nothing.
don't.
Well, their drummer's actually really fucking good because he
No,
plays.
I'm not a Paul Rudd. I'm not a Paul Rudd. Not Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul
Phil
Rudd.
Wait, Phil Rudd? Phil
Yeah,
Rudd.
Paul Rudd. He plays
Phil-
he plays bass in that one movie.
Wait, is it Phil Rudd? Who's the
Paul
drummer in
Rudd.
AC/DC?
Yeah, Paul Rudd plays.
You're the
Paul
worst.
Rudd
You're
doesn't
the
play anybody.
worst.
Paul Rudd is an actor. Yes. Phil Rudd is who you're thinking.
Phil
of.
Rudd, yes. I'm thinking Phil Rudd, yeah. Well, at least I corrected myself.
Well, they're brother. It makes sense. They're brothers.
Dude, I'm all over the place. I'm doing Pinkerton's Blue. I'm doing Paul Rudd. This is a mess of an episode.
Actually, to be fair, like Paul Rudd could be playing bass in AC/DC because he never ages, so we have no idea how fucking old he is. I don't
That's
know.
true. And the bass lines aren't too difficult in AC/DC. So pretty much anybody could play it. Even Steven Adler can play it on the drums. He could play the bass on the drums.
I think Steven Adler started playing bass too. That was like his first instrument.
Was it really?
I think we talked about that. Did we not talk about that? That's
No,
all right.
we didn't talk about
Scroll
that.
up,
'cause
scroll up, scroll up, scroll up.
You
scroll
don't
up.
you don't ever want to talk about Steven Adler. That's the thing.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I have no notes on Steven Adler. I took 0 notes on him.
Wow, because you're fucking stupid.
I have all this notes on Slash, Axel, Duff, Izzy.
Oh, fine.
I have none on Steven Adler.
you probably have notes on Gilby Clark, on
That's
all
funny.
these other fucking people too.
No,
Anyway.
no.
No. Should we play a bit of the song? What do you want to do? Should we talk about the lyrics?
I mean, I feel confident. Like I feel good if we just maybe a little bit of lore, maybe a little bit of Axel, and then call it a night. Like I'm good. I got all
Let's
of my
do it
main
then.
points across.
I do too. I mean, really, the only other songs that really stand out to me are Mr. Brownstone. Yeah, Mr. Brownstone is really it.
Yowza.
But other than that, yeah, no. Let's get into like some of the lore and what you got on this.
So like again, just going back to like Axel and his entire just upbringing, born to like an underage mom and a 20-year-old dad. Like
Jeez.
that was unreal. She was like 15, and he was 20. Like that's rape. That's statutory rape.
It is. It's
Like,
terrible.
that's not even close. That's not like a 17-year-old dating an 18-year-old. That's we're talking fucking 5 years.
Yeah.
And then like his dad abducted him early on, molested him as a child, and his never like knew his real dad. Only learned that he even existed because he was murdered, and then years after it even happened, that's how he came across it. Like, what does that do to a person?
Oh, it permanently fucks you up. That's what it
I
does.
can't even imagine what it does. I don't know. And the reason why his name is Axel, right? Because he didn't want to take his father's name of William, because that's his name, William. So he chose Axel because of the band that he was in. I don't know. But then like this was like the coolest thing. This is the most like rock and roll thing I've ever heard about Axl Rose. Is the dude was working at Tower Records on Sunset before Guns N' Roses and just took odd jobs, you know, participating in like cigarette studies and working like maintenance jobs and cleaning shit up, working at
Yeah.
Tower Records. Tower Records. And then years later,
Weird to think about.
within like 2 years, now he's in like one of the most greatest rock bands in the history of mankind.
And years after that, I worked at Tower Records.
Unreal.
Unreal. I know.
Well, if you play drums like Easy Rose, then maybe maybe it'd be different. And then I read a cool story about Slash, where Slash, he used a rented Marshall amp for the Appetite album, and he loved it so much he tried to steal it from the company by telling them it was stolen, but it was later repossessed because one of the roadies accidentally brought it to one of the studios and they got caught. And so they got repossessed. That's so good.
I read too that he came across his tone by accident. Like he prior to this record, he didn't have that signature kind of crunch and tone, but it took like many sessions to find that combination of that Gibson with that Marshall and that combination of it all to find that perfect tone that we hear from him on this record.
Which like now seems so standard, right? Like if you just want a good tone, just buy a Gibson or buy a Les Paul, buy like a Marshall half stack, call it a day. It's gonna sound great.
Yes,
like
exactly.
we take that we take those little things for granted so much.
Yeah, but he came across it by accident. It's fucking wild.
Oh,
so simple.
Zach Wilde, Olivia Wilde,
Wild
Thornberrys.
I'm trying to think of another Wild, but I can't think of another Wild.
Wild and Crazy Kids.
Wild Wild West.
Jim West. Desperado. Rough Rider.
This is stupid.
I think we're pretty much done here. I think we can wrap it up. for just quoting like Wild Wild West by. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done here.
You said Wild and Crazy Kids. It's even stupider.
Dude, Omar, was that Omar?
Stupider a word?
Omar Epps?
Is stupider a word?
Omar Gooding? Omar Epps? Yeah, stupider is a word. You're stupider. Boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Duh.
Oh, this is fucking stupid. This is very dumb. All right. So yeah, let's wrap it up. So let's give our final thoughts on this record, Appetite for Destruction, and give it a rating according to our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So what do you got, Jeff? Go.
This album just it holds a good place in my heart. I'm not a flashy guy. I don't like big flashy solos. I've come to recently appreciate them more in the recent years because the past like 10 years I've hated them. Mm-hmm. But I'm not like a flashy guy, and this is like the kryptonite to what I normally like in music. But this album has a lot of nostalgia for me, and I've listened to it just hundreds of times, honestly, hundreds of times. And it's good. It is that good. This is one of those albums that it deserves all the praise that it gets because it's that fucking good. Everybody is fantastic in this, except for Steven Adler. But this album is that great. Axl Rose is great in this. He's unbelievable in this. His vocals they're unmatched. He's never done anything like this ever again. Shit, the band's never done anything like this ever again. This band is a one-hit wonder. They did one great album, and that's it. Everything else is mediocre, lukewarm, okay, fine. So I don't know. This is not a perfect album because there's a couple songs in here that I think are okay, but they're still fun. So I would give this a 2.99.
Wow.
2.99.
I really thought you were gonna give this a perfect 3. That's crazy.
I can't because there's like solid like 3 block of songs that I can't get over because they're okay. 2.99.
Fuck. Okay.
Man, this is dude, this is one of the best like debut albums of all time. It truly is. It really is.
All right, that's fair. I understand. I totally get it. My final thoughts, like I said, I never really heard this record in its entirety until a few years ago. And even after that, I never listened to it again until this week. And it really grew on me. I really understand why. I guess I kind of understand why this band was so popular because of this record. I mean, the 3 big songs they're just so massive. And it's fucking nuts. And the songs really are good. But there are some hidden gems, like we were talking about, My Michelle. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, I've never heard it on the radio. It's never talked about, but it's still like the best song on the record. I don't get it. But yeah, this record's great. I know you hate it, but Steven Adler, I really think he shines on this record. Not technically speaking, but from a songwriting aspect, he fucking kills it. And everybody has their moments on this record. Even Axl. Like, I think Axl is the worst part of this record, but he does have moments where he really shines. And it's solid. And I'm honestly very impressed by Slash. He surprises me every time I listen to him. And it's kind of like where you're listening to a song and it's kind of in the background and you're like, wow, this is actually really good. And you start to really think about it again. And it's because Slash brings you, or for me at least, Slash brought me back into a song after it was kind of just background music. Like, he always just kind of brings it back because he's that fucking good and he just shines that much. It's fucking awesome. So, I don't know. That's all I got for this one. So I'm going to have to give this album, Appetite for Destruction, a 2.5 out of 3. That's what I give this one. 2.5 out of 3.
Pretty high.
Higher than I was even expecting.
That's higher than I thought you were going to give it to.
Well, I mean, if Axl was better, I might have given it a perfect 3. You never know.
I think you're digging for flakes here when you're missing like the nuggets, but that's fine.
Hey, if you gather enough flakes, they can equate to something bigger than the what, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we can just call it, I guess, because it's yeah.
My God,
fucking
this is
flakes and nugs and okay. All right.
Well, I think that's it for the episode. Thank you all for listening. Keep listening. Tell all your friends. Even though this was a kind of a weird episode. Asinine Radio is all the social media. Give us 5 stars. And thank you all for listening. And that's it. That's all.
Steven Abbott.
It's a good one, yeah.
It is a perfect song. It is fantastic. Just zip your lip like a padlock if you have nothing nice to say, okay? Kesha?
God damn. So my number 3 is the Spaghetti Incident.
I cannot fucking believe. Are you serious? Chinese Democracy is your second fucking favorite?
I didn't say it was my second favorite.
Oh my God, dude. There's no way.
I did not say it was my second favorite, you stupid.
It has to be. It fucking better be your second favorite. The actual album title of the Spaghetti Incident is in quotations.
And it's with a question mark.
Oh my God, that is so
awesome. The Spaghetti Incident?
That's so cool.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even notice the question mark. Oh, I love it even more now. What about Pinkerton's Blue? That's a great debut record. Or not Pinkerton's Blue.
That
fucking Pinkerton's Blue? What the fuck is wrong with me?
Weezer's
Blue.
Pinkerton's Blue is really good. I like Pinkerton's Blue. I will forever call it Pinkerton's Blue from now on, actually.
That's so stupid.
And then Blues Pinkerton will be the follow-up to that one. Oh, it's so good.
So
it sounds so much better, actually, Pinkerton's Blue rather than Weezer's Blue. It's probably Sweet Child of Mine's on a stinker for you.
It's not. It's not. Only because it's so iconic. I can't make it a stinker. It's too iconic.
Can't fuck with it. It's so good.
I don't really like the song though.
Oh, it's so good. Nobody likes a song. Nobody likes his song. Nobody on earth likes that song.
Even Slash doesn't like the song.
Yeah,
but he acknowledges talk shit on it.
He says, "Yeah, the song I don't like it, but it's pretty good."
It's
that's exactly how I feel about this because it's my 4B. It's my 4B.
Oh God, you're such a cuck.
I don't even like it, but I mean, come on, it's still pretty good. It's a well crafted song. Can you believe these guys are like fucking? They were 21 when they're recording this. Like, how do you record this at 21?
I know, it's fucking stupid, right?
Like, what were you thinking?
How can you be Steven Adler and write those drum beats? Oh God,
why are you the way that you are? I don't understand. Oh boy.
But what do I know? What the fuck do I know?
We know everything. Well, I know everything. You know nothing because.
Well, I actually know more than you, but I play it off like I don't because I don't want to make you feel bad.
You don't know more than me in
I-
any facet of life.
I absolutely know more than you. Like I said, I don't want to make you feel bad,
That
so
just
I play it a
proves
little bit stupid.
that you know less than me.
Well, that's wrong. That's what stupid people
This
say.
is like a Dwight and
That's what
Michael
stupid
Scott
people
fight.
say.
Like just like this is something that I could see them fighting about.
And it goes nowhere. Like it literally goes nowhere.
But even your boy over here, Adler,
Yeah.
he's doing something.
Oh, you're finally gonna give him some credit?
He's playing drums. He is.
He has a drum kit in front of him. Yeah.
he has a drum kit in front of him. Sure, absolutely. But like, if anybody hates AC/DC, it's you.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of AC/DC.
You fucking hate AC/DC.
No, I don't hate them.
You hate AC.
No,
You have
I
nothing.
don't.
Well, their drummer's actually really fucking good because he
No,
plays.
I'm not. I'm not a Paul Rudd. I'm not a Paul Rudd. Not Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
Phil
Paul
Rudd.
Rudd.
Wait, Phil Rudd? Phil
Yeah,
Rudd.
Paul Rudd. He plays
Phil-
he plays bass in that one movie.
Wait, is it Phil Rudd? Who's the
Paul
drummer in
Rudd.
AC/DC?
Yeah, Paul Rudd plays.
You're the
Paul
worst.
Rudd
You're
doesn't
the
play anybody.
worst.
Paul Rudd is an actor. Yes,
Higher than I was even expecting. prior to
I'm.
this week.
Yeah, that's higher than I thought you were gonna give it to.
Well, I mean, if Axel was better, I might have given it a perfect 3. You never know.
I think you're digging for flakes here when you're missing like the nuggets, but that's fine.
Hey,
That's
if you gather enough flakes, they can equate to something bigger than the what I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
stupid.
we can just call it, I guess, because it's just,
Mm.
yeah,
My God.
fucking
This is
flakes and nugs and yeah, okay. All right.